And we are going to go for a little walk today. Get to know you guys better. Here we go. It is a little after 8 in the morning. I don't know where we're going to walk just yet. I think we're going to walk over by this church that's by the house, because it's sort of peaceful over there. There's nothing incredible to look at right now. We're just kind of in a parking lot, walking towards a school in a neighborhood. So, like many of you, my boyfriend and I have gained the COVID-19, the COVID-40. We've gained a lot of weight on lockdown, and it's time to do something about that. So today we are walking. We're going to do this every day for 30 days, and you guys are going to come along with me, and hopefully it's a little peaceful, even though I'm out of shape and panting. And it's mostly sidewalks. We have a church here. A lot of Mormons in my area. I am not actually a Mormon. Grew up with many of them. So I think this is a chance to get to know each other a little better. It's a chance to get to know each other a little better. You know almost nothing about me, really. Unless you follow me on Twitter, which is Tone by Tone ASMR on Twitter. And I don't share a lot. I'm the caretaker personality, so people share all their troubles with me, and I never share mine with anybody. I think that's kind of a relatable emotion for a lot of people. We're gonna go up this cul-de-sac area. You've mostly only seen pavement. I know it's not very exciting, but you're along for the ride. Houses for sale. Right now, houses like that, which is a 3-bedroom. We looked it up. It's bright. A 3-bedroom. It's going for $270,000, which is honestly very insane for our area. Houses, I mean, a median for houses, median for houses was like 160 3 years ago, and now it's 260. It's just crazy. No one can afford it. This is probably terrible footage. I'm so sorry. So, a little about me. I am currently going through a divorce. It's taken over a year, honestly. We had, I don't even know how to describe this story. So I asked him for a divorce on my birthday. last year. I had already been moving out of the house for about 6 months and asked him for a divorce. It took a couple months for us to file, but we finally did. But then some woman called the courthouse pretending to be me, and she did it twice. She was trying to withdraw the divorce the first time. The second time, she was trying to add like $30,000 in income, but she couldn't verify my social. She only knew the last four, right? And she also didn't know how to spell my middle name. So they immediately flagged our case for fraud. And the sheriff called me and was like, listen, we have to escalate this to a federal identity theft case because this woman is attempting to steal your identity for reasons that we don't know, right? And so they're like, okay, do you want to press charges? And at the time, there's only about 2 or 3 women I could think of that would do this, that would even know we were getting divorced, right? And so I was like, don't press charges. I just want this to end. Let's get through this divorce. Cue a couple months later, and the case has been escalated out of our county. Anyway, what a nightmare. So, a few of the women who I thought it could be, I had already blocked on Facebook because they were massively harassing me about my new boyfriend. Which, like, people get divorced. People move on with their lives. It's been almost a year at this point. And anyway, I unblocked them and said my little rant. And cue about 2 days later, a good friend of ours heard these particular women in the bar talking, and they were freaking out that I thought it was them. Because yeah, I did. So then they both blocked me, and that was kind of confirmation, right? Let me turn around here. But, so, long story short, I have now refiled. The divorce is proceeding as it should, and hopefully by the end of April, I will be done and back to my maiden name. Aside from that, I live a pretty drama-free life. I'm very even personality trait. I'm a Taurus. It's almost my birthday in May. My boyfriend is similar. In fact, his birthday is the day after mine. We're basically like the same person when it comes to, how we handle arguments and disagreements and the stress of life. I think in general I'm a pretty cheerful person. Like, it takes a massive event for me to get really angry or really emotional. And when I do, it only takes a little while to overcome that, because it's just sort of my personality to not want to, I don't want to experience the really bad emotions for very long, because it's so exhausting. And so I'll let myself feel that anger, and then I'll tell myself, look, we've dealt with it, we gotta move on. Because the more you reflect and ruminate about negative things, the more they start to consume you. And I mean, I'm victim to that too, is when you just start thinking and thinking and thinking about something that happened or something you could have said, and that becomes your whole day. You're just thinking about it and thinking about it, you know, and I think I fall into that so easily that I'm so cautious about it, and I don't want to experience that. So I had my moment of really mad and really sad, and I'm literally telling myself, that's all you can think about this today. That's it. That's all it gets. Because otherwise I will think about it for the rest of the day and the rest of the night, and I won't sleep. And anyway, you know how hard that is. So aside from that drama, I'm very normal, boring, I would say. Wow, someone is awake and sighing. It's literally 8:15 in the morning. So some of you might know this, but I was in the Army. I was a 27 Delta, so I was in the legal field. I was going to go to Italy eventually, but I was very seriously injured. I started stress fractures. It's very common for women in the military, especially those who are in a sandy area like I was. I was in Fort Jackson, and just the cadence of marching can really cause a lot of stress fractures in your hips. But then I was injured during a training exercise, and that ended my career very quickly. So I'm a disabled veteran now. I've been out since 2003, which is insane because it's almost been 20 years, right? I still deal with the injury every single day. I have nerve damage in my lower back and pelvis, and so I kind of wake up every morning feeling as though I have a hangover. It's like when you have a flu, just the body aches. You feel disoriented, out of sorts, but you just have that overwhelming weight. There's Robin. Do you see him? There's two Robins. Oh, the first sign of spring, right? It did snow literally the other day. Oh, they're beautiful. Where'd he go? What was I saying? So, yeah, I deal with that pain every day. But, you know, the thing about it is, I'm going to turn around and go back up. The thing about it is that it's just part of my life. And so, honestly, it doesn't change anything for me. It doesn't change how I would do anything or emotionally anymore. Maybe it's worked to kind of center me. It's definitely easier for me to be lazy though, and to gain weight like we did during the COVID lockdown, because there's not a lot of athletic things that I can do for a period of time without feeling in agony the next day. Oh, she's gonna run me over. Literally, almost ran me over. Okay, sorry. That was my fault. I should have stopped. Anyway, like, this walk today is gonna hurt. I can already feel it hurting, but, you know, that's what it takes. I used to swim every day. I loved it so much because it's the kind of exercise you can do and it doesn't hurt your joints. And you know, it's so easy to feel flexible and to really work muscles that haven't worked in a long time. That's a little bit of a hill. Have you seen that meme? It's like you hold your breath going up a hill so passers-by don't think you're dying. Yeah. It's very accurate. There's a guy in that yard. He was staring at me like I'm crazy. Am I? I'm kidding. Another car. Don't let it run me over. Oh my god. Anyway. Before COVID, I used to swim every day, and I was getting so fast. I loved it so much. But then, you know, the pool shut down, and the gym shut down. And even though our gyms are back open, our pools are not. And so, it's just very sad. There's not a lot I can do at a gym, aside from walking and things. Not like swimming. You know, I'll never ride a bike again. Injury's too serious for that. Hey, look, there's a squirrel. Do you see him? Oh, he's gone. We don't have a lot of wildlife, but in the winter, we will get deer that come down from the mountains. And especially right here, we'll get mountain lion in the neighborhoods, which is kind of crazy. So definitely gotta take your little pets in outside at night, inside at night. We don't have any pets right now. My cat, who I loved so much, he died recently. He was staying with my mom because I was in the middle of moving apartments, and you know, he had lived there for 10 years. And so cats, you know, it's really hard to take them from a place, especially once they've been outside, because they don't understand and they would try to return to that place. Anyway, that's actually the reason right there for my divorce. I don't think I've ever said this out loud, but we were living above my mother. My dad died in 2012, and so we were living above my mom. It was a big house, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a stifling life. Like, I frequently would cry myself to sleep because I realized that that is it for my life. That is it. My husband and I would never move out. We would live there until she died. And like, that tainted everything for me. I couldn't handle it. And it made me not even want to fix the marriage at all or work on it at all, because I had this partner who was okay with living that way, you know, who never wanted something better for us. And gosh, that's devastating in and of itself. So anyway, I used to also have a corgi. I loved him so much, but the husband got him in the divorce. So right now my boyfriend and I are petless, which in some ways I'm okay with, because you don't have to take care of a pet, you know. We can travel as much as we want, and we really have. We've been down to Arizona twice, which has been really amazing. I got to see the Grand Canyon last summer for the first time in my life, and that was my number one bucket list item. So anyway, you know, without pets, you can travel, and but you also don't have that companionship. And that kind of got to me the other day because, you know, there's some collabs right now with ASMR artists, and one of them is do ASMR with your pet, right? And it's like, man, I miss having a pet. Not for the collab, but I don't have that connection to a creature anymore. Like, there's no pet to come and sit on my lap. There's no, I'm gonna cross here. There's no pet that wants your attention. You know, there's not that companionship. And it's a very interesting void because I don't think I really want a pet, but I do feel that pull sometimes. I wish we had a cat or something. Maybe when we move again, we're planning on buying a house eventually. We'll have a yard. Anyway, this was a very long ramble. I almost fell. I don't know how enjoyable this is going to be. It's definitely not ASMR, I don't think. But looks like we just hit 1.2 miles. So I'm gonna go home and relax. Gonna heat pack right away. That is key in keeping chronic pain under control. And I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do this again. 30 days, 30 miles. How about that?